And first, I have to apologize for the quality of video. My TV's garbage, so it's time for a new TV. And when I get that taken care of, if I make any more videos, hopefully, you don't have to see this, poorly covered or poorly colored video. But getting that out of the way, YouTube, Sim Nation, what's up? This is Logan Oren, back here with another vlog. Today, I want to talk about Madden 13, of course, as you can see in my video, or my title. Now, I made a video a while ago, and one of the comments that I made in my video was that I remember learning and always hearing, starting from school and everywhere, you hear the comment, or you hear the cliche comment that history repeats itself. And I have always taken to that comment because it's true. History does always repeat itself. Now, I made a video earlier this morning. I went to work and I was boiling. I had to make this video. I had to get my words, down in audio. But now when I listen back to it, I was at work and you could hear my students outside the classroom, and then the bell rang, and so I had to stop. So I wanted to redo it, but I had to get some stuff off my chest. Now, I, of course, will not be buying Madden this year. And I will not be buying Madden this year because history repeats itself. Now, I didn't do a lot of research. I did research, but I didn't do a lot of in-depth research with the game. So when I finally played the game the other day, I was a little bit more shocked than I expected to be. Now, of course, if you played the game, and I tell you I'm not getting the game, of course, I rented it, went to Blockbuster, got one of the last, well, actually they had a lot of copies when I went there, but I was able to get a copy. I went home, played it, and I realized that history does repeat itself. And the worry that I had about this game from playing the demo and the research that I did do, my worries, they were correct. Picture this. Remember Madden 06 for next gen. And I talked about that in my last video. I was so excited about this game coming out. I'm a big sports gamer, and at that point in time, I had a lot more time to play games. So I was, I was pretty big into it. And when Madden came out on next gen for the 360, I got it the same night the 360 came out. Came home, and I was ready to take my 360 back because of how poorly underrepresented, or I would say how poorly underrepresented, but I wanted to take my 360 back because of how poorly Madden 06 was. Because when Madden 06 was released, they took Madden and the good things about Madden, and they completely gutted it. Madden had a great opportunity to be something big on the next gen console. And the introduction should have been worth the wait. I remember when Madden was introduced on the PS2, and it wasn't lagging behind the PlayStation version. It far exceeded its last gen predecessor. So I only had to look forward to what Madden 06 on the 360 was able to do. So I get the game, and I'm just completely blown away by its lack of features that made Madden what it was and what we all remember Madden to be. And so I thought, well, they were kind of in a rebuilding year that year because they're switching to next gen. So they were able to give that excuse. And I didn't get too mad because it was a legitimate excuse per se, but at the same time it wasn't. Because they should have had enough time to revamp the game to get it to where the same things that we know and love in Madden or in a football game were going to still be there. But that's not what we got. We didn't get a game that was ready for next gen. Now, Madden 13, because of this new engine, or this new to Madden engine, has been released. They're giving us the same excuse. Because that's what they did. This year, they gutted Madden of many features that are crucial to the game. Or I won't say that are crucial to the game, but that are fundamental to not only Madden, but any sports game. So I am tired, and have been tired, of this half-hearted effort that EA is giving. So what is my problem with Madden? I mean, the gameplay, the gameplay is improved. I will say that the gameplay has improved over past Maddens. But I know that I will grow very tired of playing the game and seeing these off-the-wall, unrealistic movements and actions taking place where I'm running the ball and I bump a lineman and my running back just collapses and falls down. Or after the play, I'm seeing players just tripping all over people. You don't see that in real football. When do how often do you ever see the whistle's blown and the play's dead, and then you've got players, kind of walking away from the huddle and tripping over and falling on the field? You don't see that. That's cheesy, and it's going to get very tiring to see that all the time. When I rented the game, I took it home, and it took a while before I actually sat down to play, but I did what I do every time that I get a new sports game. And what I did was, or what I always do is, I always try to take a little time, and I want to be able to create myself. I want to be able to create a player and put them in my my league. So I sat down, I went through, I created a couple players, created one player, and I was happy with the editing that I did. I saved him. Then I went to go save another player, and I couldn't save it because the roster was full. So then I had to go out. I had to leave that exit that menu, go to rosters, release a player so that I could have room, and I went back and recreated my second player, and then I was done. 2 players and I was done. Now I'm ready to start my connected career mode. I started up, I create my coach, go into to start it, and I go to check my rosters so I can make changes, position changes, or whatever is necessary or I wanted to do. None of those 2 players that I created were in my connected career. So I figured, okay, well, maybe I did something wrong. So I quit that connected career and went back to the main menu, and I redid it. Saved it just in case again. Loaded it. Went to my correct connected career. Signed on as a coach. Created them. Started my connected career and checked my roster, and nope. Still no created players. So I thought, all right, let me try it one more time. Went back, did it again, same thing. So I'm thinking, all right, I don't understand what's going on. What's the deal? Now I remembered back when before the game was coming out, I remember hearing something about not being able to edit players. But what I assumed was that you could not take existing players and you couldn't edit them. And in that case, I'm fine with that because I don't edit them anyway. If there's an actual player that actually exists, I'm not going to edit them. That's just the way I play. So I realized after doing some research after that, I realized the main things that were problematic. One, there was no, and this is why I was not definitely getting Madden anyway, there was no drafting players from the college game. I knew that beforehand, so that wasn't a shocker. That's seriously. No editing players, period. You can't go in and you can't edit a player, in your connected career. You can't, change the number. You can't put them, I haven't got as far to put them in different positions, which I believe you can do that, but you can't edit their information. There's no creating players. But actually, you can really do all of those things. But the only way that you can use them is in Play Now. So they give you an option to create players, to edit players, to change rosters, but the only way you can use it is in Play Now? Really? So you can... Why are you able, or why would they change such a fundamental option in a game? No sports game that I can ever remember in a very long time are you not allowed to go in and change or make edits in a roster and use that in your franchise. That's a fundamental sports video game thing. You can't take those edited rosters into connected career mode. These are things that you expect when you put in a video game, a sports video game. These are things that you expect to happen, to be able to do. And Madden basically said, all right, I know this is what you all like to do, or not you all, but I know this is what a lot of people like to do. But you know what, this year, no. You're going to play it our way. You're going to play the game our way. So when I sat here and I realized that all of this was taking place and all of this was real, even though it wasn't really hard, because history repeats itself, and Madden will, when they're in a reboot, they gut the game. And they take out, you know, I guess, fundamental things within the game. So, you know, J Music, I guess you're right. You know, you've always been talking about that Madden, or that EA doesn't respect fundamentals, or they don't have the fundamentals of football. Now they don't have the fundamentals of video games. They don't have the fundamentals of sports video games. Nobody wants to create or to edit a roster just for play now, for an exhibition game. I know that this is not the biggest issue that needs to be dealt with, but it's why I have a problem with EA. Because year after year, we have to sit back and just take whatever is given and whatever's thrown out there to the consumer. So J Music, I guess EA just has a problem with fundamentals altogether. What else? You also take away the right or the ability to control multiple players or multiple teams. Sorry. And there is no more getting a group of guys, to come over and, playing through a franchise together on one console. That's all done. Now, if you want to play, it's either play now or it is buy the game and play online. I feel like someone, I'm quoting from someone, I don't remember who said it, but I feel like Madden is now a party game. They're turning Madden into a party game. Madden is the new Wii. So you're going to have a bunch of little kids and women and old people sitting around having Wii parties online, of course. That's going to be the difference. We will at least let y'all play together. But it's a party game. And all you're able to do is really play online. I could care less about online play. I'm not an online player. So whenever you come out with some stupid new feature or some stupid way to revolutionize online play or to establish an online platform, I could care less. You're not targeting me. You're not targeting any other gamer who doesn't have the internet. You're not targeting any other gamer who can't afford to pay for Xbox Live. So don't feed me online features. Aren't you tired of hearing people make these comments every year? You hear them say, next year's Madden is going to be right. It's going to be nice. It's going to be the game to get. They say it every year. And it's never happened. It's history. That's EA history. That's Madden history. Or what about when they say, and I've heard people say this year, Madden 14 or Madden 14 better have this taken care of. Aren't you tired of hearing that? Aren't you tired of saying that? Weren't you tired of saying, if Madden 13 or if Madden 10 doesn't have this, I'm not getting it? And then you hear the same people say, if Madden 11 doesn't have this, if they don't take care of this, I'm not getting Madden 12. And then you heard people say, if Madden 12, or excuse me, if Madden 13 isn't on point, I'm done. I'm tired of hearing it. Now, I've said I will not buy Madden, and I stick to it. And I have, thankfully I have lasted 3 years since '09. I have not bought Madden. And you can call me a hater. You can call me just being negative. You can call me anti-sim community. You can call me part of the problem. But I have the right to expose the crooked and immoral business practices that EA does every year. I have the right to call out people, and I used to think that it was kind of cute. I used to, and when it comes to gamers, I used to think it was kind of, it was just that cute little quirk that some gamers had, that maybe it's just because they're young and they don't know any better. But now it's borderline stupidity, where you can where someone can tell you, they can come right out and tell you that this game is not finished, that the game will not be done and completed for 3 years, and you go out and shell out full price, $65 for a unfinished product. I will always call EA out on that, because nobody else is doing. I guarantee you the TSS is not doing that. And that's another topic about a video that was made today about a certain Game Changers group. Nobody was sitting there, or nobody has been telling you that you should not be falling into the trap for paying substandard, or paying premium price for substandard product. No company worth its name would ever try to sell you something that is not up to the standard that they try to live by, or they try to project out to the people. No company operates like that except EA. Or let me rephrase this. No other company operates that way and gets away with it. Because apparently there are a lot of people who call themselves simheads, which are really fanboys, closet fanboys, but I'm not calling any names. There are people that allow this to happen, and they pretty much support it and encourage and endorse it. At least EA, at least have some integrity. Have some integrity in your business. If you know that you're not going to have a finished product, wait before you put it out on the market. No company will put out an unfinished product on the market. Well, some will, but like I said, only EA will, and EA will get away with it. I know Madden is your cash cow, and you got a lot of suckers that will buy it no matter what. But wait a year. You waited for live. You said, all right, live is not worth it, so let me wait before I put live out. Do that for Madden. I mean, how many games, how many developers are surviving because or that they're surviving even though they don't put out a title, the same title every year? World of Warcraft is surviving. Call of Duty is surviving. You can't, I would respect you. I would respect you, EA, if you would at least say, you know what? We're not going to put Madden out this year. We're going to spend this extra year and we're going to really get it together. But of course, we know you already have it together, because I would have to be a fool to think that you didn't have the technology and the ability to do what you're doing in Madden like 10 years ago. Maybe not 10, but about 5 years ago. You had the ability to have this infinity engine in the game, but you didn't do it. I know that's what you do. So if you had gone and said, you know what, we're going to take this year off, but we're going to put out a roster update patch, and then we're going to come back strong and give you what you really deserve, I would respect you, EA, but you don't do that. You're greedy. And you're manipulative. And you're willing to take anybody down with you. You're willing to take the greats down. The people that really stand for football. You're willing to shell out the money for Ray Lewis to get up and give his song and dance. Get you hype for an unfinished product. You got my man Barry Sanders endorsing your garbage. And like I said before, Barry Sanders, if you need money that much, give me a call. I'll give you some of my check. But don't get in bed with EA. Don't let them manipulate. Don't let them manipulate you to manipulate us. Wait. If it's not going to be finished, wait. Put the game out in a year. Give us well, not us, because I don't buy the game, but give people a stupid patch for a roster update. Get your act together and come out full strong. Would you support that, Sim Standard? No. Because, sorry, I take that back. Objection. I would like that comment stricken from the record. I used to love Madden. But after what I've seen for the past, several years, I feel like I don't want any part of it. It's the first year that I've never bought NCAA. But how can you claim to be about the standard when you're supporting a company that is below the standard? I don't care about improvements. I don't care about making improvements now that the license may be up. Who are you trying to fool? You are fooling the people that have said, you need to be part of the movement, and you need to support the only company that's even able to make a video game, a football video game. Or the people that say, 2K, you just need to give up on 2K because they're not making a video game anyway. You know what? It doesn't matter, because there are people that still play 2K5 or that still play All Pro Football. So I know this video is kind of run a little bit long, and I am ranting. This is a rant video. When I rant, I can go on forever. Ask my wife, she knows. But I'm not a breakdown video kind of guy. When I rented NCAA this year, and there were two plays that I just thought were so ridiculous that I got my phone and I filmed it with the intention of putting it out on the on YouTube and showcasing this clearly dysfunctional issue in the game, but I just never got around to it. So I apologize that this is long, and if you made it through, all the way to the end, then, I thank you for listening. I haven't been, I haven't made, a lot of videos, and I've been, a spectator in this movement for a long time, and I've had a lot of things to say. And now this is kind of just me, letting all those things out. And I got a lot to say, and I, don't have a lot of time, but I thank you for listening. And, hey, this is the history of EA. This is history in the making, because this has always been what EA has always been about. This is Logan Oren for the sim community, the true sim community, a standard for real improvement, for real gameplay, for real innovation, for genuine innovation. Because the truth should mean something.